Welcome back to What Was That? So I wanted to come on and share. I actually had awareness that there was something in the house that I had in my 30s. Um, I'll call it a spirit. I never confirmed what it truly was, but I would be in my room and I had double doors, like French doors, and I would see something go back and forth on the landing, like pacing, kind of like. And I would notice it, like, kind of curious and, peeking in at me at times and whatnot. And even one point swore I thought I saw something from above the French doors kind of putting its head down to look in. So one day I just said, I finally just said, I saw you. I see you. Show yourself to me. I know you're there. Show yourself to me. And it was very interesting. I've never seen anything like it, because all of a sudden, before I knew it, there were these blue, kind of like a royal blue, but not so as bright, but just a kind of bright blue tentacles that started to stream into the bedroom. And I just told the story about the constellation. Well, the constellation area had created this force field, kind of like barrier, it felt like, around me and part of my bedroom. So it all kind of like happened around the same time. But these tentacles just kept coming into the bedroom. And it was amazing. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. I actually took pictures. It's on an old computer that I probably have to see if I could get access to. But yeah, I took a bunch of pictures because I was just like, I wanted to see if it would show in pictures. Now, from what I gather from, looking things up after the experience, it was probably a paranormal type of thing, because tentacles typically are of a paranormal entity or activity of some sort. But yeah, it was just a really crazy thing that I'd been aware of the presence of whatever this was. And I tend to like to I coexist. I know there's things around, and because I'm sensitive, I'm aware of them, and I just coexist. I have very clear boundaries. I'm off limits. My body is mine. But you can be around, because I understand, and none of it, is to where I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm scared. No. Because I know I have power, and I don't have to give my power away. I know that I have dominion over myself. And nothing, and I mean nothing, will ever have dominion over me. Only God and universe is the only one that I'll allow dominion over me. And really, my dominion over myself is them through me. But anyway, I digress on that. But yes, I was very intrigued, and I, tried to look up in more details as to what it was. But it was just very interesting, because these tentacles just kept coming in the room and stretching into the room after I asked for it to show itself. First, when I said show yourself, it didn't really want to show itself. And I said, come on, I know you're there. I've seen you. I've been seeing you. I've been aware of you. Show yourself to me. So it did. That house was an interesting house in general. Come to think of it, I kind of remember reading an article about something happening at that house, kind of like an unaliving of some sorts. I don't know exactly all the details. I can't really remember all those details, but I'd seen other things that looked like something like that could have happened. With my sensitivities, I am known for helping spirits that are in limbo to cross over. So possibly I really felt like that was my reason for being at that house, was to probably help spirits that were in limbo from whatever happened and took place at that house to cross over no longer be in a state of limbo. Those of you who don't know, that state of limbo is where a spirit of a person that may have had something traumatic happen to them that unalived them and it was traumatic. And even untraumatic ones can sometimes have that happen. But a person that passes on, whether it's that they are not aware that they've passed on, or they're it was traumatic, or there was something where they feel like something's unfinished, or there's lots of different reasons. But sometimes a spirit of a person, a past person, will linger, and it's called limbo. It's like where they're passed on, but they're still trying to be on this 3D plane, and kind of coexist and be around other people and situations and whatnot. And there's lots of reasons for it, but it's really healthier for them to go ahead and cross all the way over. That doesn't mean that they can't still have visitations with their loved ones and stuff like that, because they absolutely can. But especially if it's something that's traumatic, that person's spirit can feel stuck. There's a lot of emotions or confusion that can help them to kind of stay in a different density, to not pass all the way through and be in a state of limbo. And I know that I have had the ability to kind of help people move from limbo state and go ahead and fully pass over. But I also, when I do those things and communicate with those spirits, I'm letting them understand, you don't have to. That doesn't mean that you can't come back. You can certainly have some visitation with like a loved one or something, but you need to learn that you have passed on. You need to accept that you've passed on and move past this. And then it frees them to not be stuck in whatever anger or whatever emotion that they were probably kind of keeping them stuck in that state of limbo. So I just wanted to come on and just share about one time that I asked something to show itself to me, because I was like, I see you, so I really want to see you. Now show yourself. So what was that? Thanks for listening.